I used to be absolutely terrible at sales. And not until Busch Light single-handedly gave me an eye-opening experience on how to be a way better closer, and this is exactly what I figured out and my story. There's two things you should probably know before we actually get into it. No, I don't condone absolutely getting hammered or being completely hungover on sales calls. And two, it was a day after a big win after a rugby match, and we all went out to celebrate. So this is exactly what I learned from being completely hungover on these sales calls that made me a way better closer and bringing my close percentage from 25 to 40%. But what I am about to actually give you in this video is the exact techniques that I give to all of my clients that also bring their close percentage from 25 to 30 to 35 or even 40 or 50%. And exactly how you can adopt these same philosophies without paying me anything but by just watching this video. Now, before this day, I used to be super heavy focused on, okay, I got to get the close. I have to ask all the right questions, make sure my discovery, make sure my opener, my framing, and my closing procedure was perfect. And that's all I thought about because that's what I thought the best closers had. And I even tried to copy some of the best closers by going into their funnel. And that was all that would crowd my mind on these sales calls. And it wouldn't actually allow me to be a salesperson that people liked and someone that people wanted to actually work with and send me their hard-earned money. And here's the story of how this all changed. It was after a rugby match, and we had a giant win, super hard fought win. And as rugby culture, you go out drinking with the team. So I did, because why not? We earned it. And must have had way too many drinks. And I just remember waking up in the morning, it being 8 a.m., my alarm goes off, and realizing I have 3 calls this day, and the first one starts in an hour. Now, I'm fairly certain that I'm still drunk at this point because I feel awful. So I get up and I immediately just start chugging water. I'm trying to get everything out of my body and just replenishing with fluids. I'm eating crackers. Like, I just need to be good. And truthfully, I didn't want to hop on these calls. I wanted to just sleep. So I text the first guy, like, hey, I didn't see you confirm. Are you still good for an hour? I get the thumbs up emoji. So now I know I actually have to get out of bed. Now, I have a trash can next to me at this point because in between calls, I'm literally just trying to get everything. Like, this was terrible. So the first call goes all right. He hops on, and I just don't want to talk. I don't think about my procedure and what I would actually go through. So I'm not even thinking about my procedure. I'm literally just talking to this guy. I was just going to give him my entire system for free and just talk to him, just see where he needed help. Like, I'm not even in the sale at all. Or so I believe. So the sale goes phenomenally. Like, he's giving me all these deep answers. I'm like, okay, clearly something's going well here, and I don't actually know what I'm doing. So we're going through it, everything. Eventually, he does tell me no, right? You would think that he would close. But he tells me no. But he tells me that he loves everything. He just doesn't have the money. And honestly, I probably could have pushed further and closed them, but I was dead. I just didn't feel well, and I wanted to get up. I'm like, cool, see ya. The second call. Right after that, I text him as well. I'm like, hey, I didn't see you confirm. Are you still here? Are you still good to hop on the call? Again, we get the thumbs up emoji. I'm like, shit. And from here, it's even worse because I'm talking, I'm staring into a light, and I'm trying to have a fluid conversation with these new prospects that make me still seem like the authority. I'm literally just giving him all the value. We're talking, we're chatting. I don't even think I ask him any like deep riding questions, like purposely. I probably do, and I'm just getting curious about like why he's actually on this call and the situation that he's in, and I'm just kind of trying to challenge his beliefs so that he goes and fixes it himself. Because truthfully, I don't want to do onboarding after this either. And the thing about that call is that it closed for 6K pay in full. Not one single objection. And I could go through my closing statement and I drop the price. And he goes, okay. And I go, what? Literally, I didn't expect him to just say, okay. He goes, what? Were you expecting me to have objections? I go, yes. And so it paid in full. The third call that happens, literally right after this, I'm dead at this point. I want to go back to bed. The third call, we go through everything. It was a great call. But again, he gives me the first objection. I just don't want to handle it. So all 3 calls went super well. I've never gotten through calls that smoothly while being sober. So what did I do the next day when I actually felt better? What I did was I looked back at all my sales calls, and this is exactly what I learned. On each of those calls, not once was I focused on the actual sale part of it. And what was really hard for me to get over was being attached to the actual outcome of these sales. So when you're on the sale, they understand that you're just money hungry. They can feel it. And that's what I was before this. All I wanted to do was just help them and maybe even just get a good review out of the sales call that I could use in content because I didn't want to be there and I would figure it out later. But by me not being attached to the outcome, they trusted me a lot better and it helped me become a way more personable and authentic person. Now, I'm not saying that you should be hungover for every call, but what you need to actually do is just have a conversation with them. They're there for you to help them. And when you can reframe their beliefs and reframe their identity, they're going to like you a lot more than if you have 1,000 discovery questions and 1,000 if they say this, then you say this flows on your script. Because truthfully, they can smell this, and the market is becoming so much more sophisticated that they know all of your tactics. And by changing my beliefs and changing exactly how I view sales and my, I guess, technique, I've now gone from a maybe 25 to a 40% close rate, not following any sort of script, but by being personable and authentic, just like I am in my content and my ads. So everything that they see matches up to my sales call. So if you actually want to become a better person, I'm not saying you should be hammered, but you need to detach yourself from the outcome. And when you are, better things actually start happening. If you believe that you're just there to help them, because a lot of online business is having bad beliefs or bad perceived value of whatever your offer is, because no one really trusts you because they've heard the horror stories, they've had bad experiences, and they've worked with people who are shitty. So if you can beat all three of those things, it's almost a guaranteed close for you because that's all they want. They just want someone that they can trust. They want someone who knows exactly what they're doing and someone who's authentic to them. So if you're no longer worried about actually getting the close or about how much money you're going to make, then you're more likely to get more painfuls and higher return on ad spend, plus a longer LTV from these clients because they like you.